Hey guys, it's Carla here, and I'm going to try for the third or fourth time to get through this video without interruption or running out of memory or whatever. But I wanted to share with you a couple cards that I put together this weekend. I needed to make 2 birthday cards, one for my sister, one for one of my girlfriends this week, and I wanted to share them with you so that I could get them in the mail. The first card that I'm going to show you, again, is a birthday card, and if you've seen some of my other videos, you know that I'm on a quest to start using up what I have in my stash. So that's kind of where I got started and what inspired me to start looking through what I have and start using it. And I pulled out my stamps. This image is what inspired me to make this card. And since, I better show that to you since that was my inspiration. This is a stamp set that I'd picked up about a year or two ago, and it's Lil Davis by Fisker's stamp set, and I just love this image. And since the image is so large, as you can see, that pretty much dictated what size I needed to. Normally, my card, I don't make birthday cards 5.5 by 5.5, but using this image, I had to go a little bit larger than usual. So that's kind of where I started. For the base of my card, it's some Stampin' Up! Cardstock that I had in my stash. I don't remember the color. I think it's from their Bold or Brights package. I can't remember. And then for the mats, I basically turned to my box of scrap papers to start using up those. And I picked up a couple coordinating papers, and I think they're mostly my Mind's Eye and Die Cuts with the View papers. So that's what I used for the mats. And then to stamp my image, I knew that I wanted to heat emboss, so I stamped it using some of my pigment inks, and then I used some Stampin' Up! White embossing powder for the image. And as I was heating it up, and the embossing powder was still hot, I poured some more on because since it's such a pretty image, I wanted it to be nice and bold and thick. So, and it just showed, and you could really feel it. It's not really showing up well, but I wanted it to pop, and I think it turned out well. So that's what I used for the base of the card. To embellish it some more, I wanted to use some banners. So again, I looked at my scrap box for some coordinating papers, cut them into banner shape, and then I used a couple different stamp sets to do the sentiments. For the happy part, I used Jelly Bean Soup Sweet and Sour stamp set that I had picked up recently, and it's from Unity Stamps. There's the model. And I just love the images in this stamp set. And this is how they come. There's some wonderful stamps. Sorry about the glare. So that's what I used for the happy. And then for the birthday, I again went into my stash, and I used pulled this out. It's one of the EK Success little, I don't know if they call this a roller, I'm not sure, one of the old-fashioned date stamps, but this has little sentiments on it. And I just love these because they're perfect scale for cards and minis. So that's what I used, and I used Distress inks to stamp those sentiments. And I don't remember the exact colors. I think this is Crushed Olive, and I don't remember which blue I used. And then for the brads, I wanted to be mixed match, so I used one of the spare parts brads from this set. And for the other one, I used a Making Memories shaped gem brad. So that's what I used for that. And then to embellish the bottom of the card, I used one of the Prima flowers that I inked in some blue ink, as well as one of the little felt birds. And this is how I keep my little recollections flowers, and I'll just keep the birds in there. So I inked up some of the edges, as you could see, with the bird, with some of the green Distress ink, I think Crushed Olive, just to make it add a little bit more dimension, and use some pop dots. And then used a little Recollections flower there. And the other little flowers, this is one from my stash, the little brown one, but these other little ones are from the Making Memories Vintage Finding little bouquets that I picked up at Ollie's recently. And I just love, love, love these. So it was a great find at Ollie's. And I used one of the leaves. And then to finish off the card, I used some of the bling from the Want to Scrap company that I like to purchase at. I buy these most of the time at the CK convention that I go to every summer. I kind of load up. And if I run out, I just order from them online. Want to Scrap, they have a wonderful website. And what's neat is they're really coming a long way in what they're carrying. They're starting to partner with other businesses so that you can get their bling to coordinate with some of the nestability. So check them out if you really like bling. So that's the front of the card, and I thought it turned out really nice. And then just to finish off the inside of the card, I took some more coordinating paper from my scrap bins and made just a little strip. I cut out a mat using one of my Spellbinders dies. This is the classic scalloped rectangles large. And then again some white cardstock, and I stamped the sentiment from one of my Stampin' Up! Sets that I bought many years ago, called Birthday Greetings. And added a little bit of stickles and some distress inks and finished off the card. So I was real happy with how that turned out. Thought it turned out really nice. So that was the first card. So let me show you the second card. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way that I made. It's very hard to do one-handed. Hopefully I'm not jostling you around too much. To make my second card, again, I had gone through my collection of stamps, and when I came across this stamp set that I purchased at about a year or two ago as well, I knew that that's the one I wanted to use. This is Amy Smythe. It's by Inkadinkadoo, and there's the title, Aviary Assortment. And I used that sentiment, Happy Birthday, You Old Bird, and then this owl. In making this card, one thing that inspired me was one of the new nestability dies that I picked up. I knew I wanted to use this one, which is the beaded circles that I'd recently picked up at AC Moore, and I used the large one. So again, I used the 5.5 by 5.5 format for the base of the card, and again, it's some Stampin' Up! Cardstock. And then for the yellow mat, I used the die cuts with the view scallop cards that I have in my stash. These are basically like postcards. So I used that as a mat in building my card. I matted with that coordinating pattern paper that I got out of my scrap bin. And then for the inner circle, I used the Standard Circle Small. And on that is where I stamped my owl and my sentiment. First I did the owl, and I colored him using just some of my basic coloring pencils, and then blended it using my mineral spirits. And I don't have Copics or anything, but I would love to get into that one day, but I'm just trying to be cost effective in using what I've got for now. And I thought it turned out quite nicely. It's fun to try to learn how to shadow and work with the mineral spirits to get a nice look. So I thought it turned out nice. To finish off the card, I used some ribbon. This is some American Crafts grosgrain ribbon that I picked up. I think I got this at Ollie's. Just tied a little bow. A couple of flowers that I used are some Recollections flowers from a collection about a year or so ago, maybe last summer. A couple of those. And then for the pink one, I think came out of one of these little bags from Michael's from their dollar spot. Some Prima leaves, which I love. A couple people have asked where I've picked these up. I got these at AC Moore, and I was there this weekend, and they still carry them. And I think they're $4.99 for this size container. And they actually had a set that was for fall, and it had lots of oranges and browns in there as well. So anybody's still looking for those, they must still be available. So that's what I used for the leaves. And again, some more Want to Scrap Bling. And then to finish off the rest of my card, I used the Martha Stewart 3 butterfly punch out of some of my scrap paper. Added some liquid pearls for the inside of the butterflies. The paper was already glittered, so I didn't have to do anything to that. And then to add a little bit of bling at the top, I used some of my iRock gems and used my heating tool to apply 3 little gems. I love these. And it's very easy to work with. So that's basically the front of the card, and I thought it turned out very nicely. A lot of fun to do. And then for the inside, just basically cut some pattern paper that matched the front, stamped my happy birthday sentiment, and inked the edges, add a little bit of stickles, and I was done. So that is the second birthday card that I made this weekend. And the first card. So that's the 2 cards that I made this weekend. I made duplicates, so I'll have some for my stash. I like to do that once I get a card. Sometimes I'll make some extras just to keep. And what I loved about both of them is that you can change the sentiments out for a couple different things, and you've got a card ready to go. So, okay, I hope you guys like my card. Sorry I was rushing. I just want to get these in the mail to my girlfriend and my sister for the birthdays. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.